the mood. I need to get silly.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. And scene. To begin, once upon a time, we are joined by Mango once more. Genshin Impact tier list. We will be discussing looks and fighting style, general vibes, all that jazz. Who is this? Who's this?
That's, I think her name's Sayaka.
Oh,
She's one of the beta characters.
Is she the ice girl that can like go across water?
Pretty sure she's cryo, yeah.
All right. Okay. Anyway, let's do this. We'll start off with Traveler. Is it? They don't have. Okay, they've got both Travelers here. I feel like okay.
Literally the exact same.
Yeah. I was gonna say we could put them in different places if we wanted to, but I feel like they're basically exactly the same.
They are.
Yeah. The only difference is like slightly different looks and like how you personally like their aesthetics, but like otherwise it's like the same. I do though, before we begin, I want to make a hot take that like I feel like needs to be said. I think I've mentioned this to you before, but I feel like the developers kind of intended for Aether to be the like bad character, like the one that like turned to the bad side instead of her, because his outfit is like physically darker than hers is.
This is true.
Yeah. I know that like literally they like it just depends on which character you pick, but I feel like they kind of thought that more people would pick the girl. Anyway.
Anyway, I think they're a B tier.
They're like average. I can support that because like they are 5 stars, and I always say that like I do think they are 5 stars and they like deserve that position.
Mm-hmm.
But
right,
yeah,
they're extremely versatile, so it makes
Yeah.
sense for them to be a 5-star. It's just currently their only elements are Animo and Geo, which are support elements. So
and like I do feel like a lot of their attacks are kind of like bland. Like it doesn't seem very exciting. Like when you have people like Sucrose, who like as an element user for Animo versus them as Animo, Sucrose just looks way more like flashy and like exciting, whereas theirs is just like a little whirlwind. So like
yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, Albedo. I also want to preface too that I came into this without having any opinion. Like I didn't think about this beforehand, so we're really
That's okay. Neither did I. I kind of forgot we were doing this today.
Yeah, I meant to be like, do you want to do it today? But I didn't word it right, so whatever. It's okay. All right, Albedo.
Mr. Albedo. Go ahead.
I really feel like he deserves to be like A. That's
Okay.
That's my opinion. Because I really like him. I don't know how you feel about him, but he's like one of my favorite characters.
Also going to say A tier. I don't have him. I've never played as him, but I've seen like videos of other people using him, and he seems like a really, really decent support if you know how to use him properly. Also, I just really like the way he looks.
He's so cute. I love him. I know people were really mad about like the way that he looks versus his like art that like they showed him before. But I still really like him. I like that he's like a short king. But he gives off like such powerful energy. I also really like his character. Like I feel like they did a really good job with his like personality, and like I know people say that like he's like personality is boring, but like that's the whole point. He's supposed to be like really
exactly.
bland.
He's not supposed to have a personality.
Yeah. So I thought that was really well
Literally
done.
Not a human.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Amber, I feel like you already know where
I know you absolutely despise Amber, and I also am not the hugest fan of her, but like design-wise, you have to put her above a D. She's cute.
I don't know. I don't know. I will put her here for now, and then if you decide that she deserves to be higher, we maybe do that. I really don't like her outfit. I don't like her personality, and I don't like her fighting. So like, for me, she's D, but I am hearing you with the C thing.
Her design is cute, and she has some like decent. No, decent's not the word. She has okay fighting potential. Like if all you have for like a pyro user, then that's fine. But
Yeah.
I
feel like she's not like bad at fighting. Like I feel like if you're comparing her to like, I don't know, like Giona, for example, they both have the same, like potential in like damage and stuff. I just don't like her. I just really don't like her. Anyway, but we can think about moving her if we decide. Her. Should we skip her?
Really don't know anything about Sayaka. All I know is that she's a cryo.
Yeah. I feel like we should skip her for now, and then if we decide to put her in the list, but I also don't know anything about her. Okay, Barbara.
A or S tier. Absolutely. She's a queen. Like, oh my god. DPS Barbara mains.
Horrifying. Yeah. They're god tier. Like, if you can get a DPS Barbara, like, damn, you really know what you're doing, and like, that's amazing. Yeah, I agree, S tier. I've seen her, like, I've tried to build her with DPS, and I've also built her the healing path, and she literally can go either way, and it's incredible. I also like just her vibes are so good. Like she's so cute, and like I love the way that she does things and her movements for when she's doing her abilities and stuff. I think it's perfect. She's so good.
Extremely cute and like true to her character.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
A life.
I feel your opinion is probably going to be different than mine, so I'll let you go first.
I would put her in like A tier, maybe S. Like design wise, immaculate. Her personality, fantastic. Fighting style, it's a little lower for me. I'm not here for her fighting style, but like it's good though. Like I know people do build her like really well and use her on their teams all the time. She's just not for me.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm pretty close. I was gonna say B or A.
Okay.
So we can put her in A, because it's just in the middle of the two of ours. I agree. Her fighting style isn't really for me, but I can like really see the potential. I feel like her design is really, really well with her fighting style. Like the way that she moves looks really good, and like it's just like really well done for her like personality. Yeah, there's not much else I can say. I think she's good. I like the vibes. Bennett.
Bennett. He's an S tier. He is. Have been a 5-star.
He should have been a 5-star. Bennett is the 6-star character. He is incredible. He's so good. Like especially with Dragon Spire. And his like cooldown being like 2 seconds. He is like he's like incredible there. His ult, the thumbs thing, is like amazing. Like every single video that you ever see of like people showing off their damage amounts, my messages are going off quite a bit. Anyone that you see like showing off their damage amounts, you always see that like thumbs up on the ground beneath them. Yep. So, and then overall like personality, like you know that Bennett for me is like really close to how my other character is, like Pilot. So I love him so much. Everything about him is perfect.
He's so cute. He's literally like the best part of my party. Like I could not like do any of the fights I do without having Bennett on my team, not gonna lie.
We could not function. Okay, Shongyun, I would put him in C or B.
Okay, I agree.
Okay.
He's, like, design-wise, he's cute. And I think it really fits, like, with his, like, whole, like, backstory and everything. His fighting style, though. Like, he's mostly just a support character.
Yeah. It's weird, too, because he's a support character, but he's a big sword user, so it's, like, I found it really hard to, like, figure out what they wanted me to do with him. Yeah. I also find that, okay, so I do really like his personality. I don't know a lot about his backstory. I do like him as a character. Like, when I see pictures of him and stuff like that, it's, like, cute. It's, like, nice. The only downside, though, that I have for him physically is there's, like, too much blue. It's, like, overwhelming. There's so much blue. But yeah, overall, I think he's still good. Like, I've tried building him before, and I thought it was really fun. And, like, I loved playing with him and Mona on the same team.
Right, but he's good for, like, setting up other characters to do damage.
Yeah. So I still think he's good. But I've only tried to play him, like, once, and that was, like, enough for me. Like, I was like, that's good.
That's so valid.
Okay, Zaluk. Lyra, look away.
Yeah, Lyra, don't watch, because you already know Dan and I don't like him.
Yeah. In my books, he's like a C.
Yeah.
Alright. I know that, like, a lot of people that play Genshin would disagree.
I know. Everyone is going to disagree with us on this, but he's got a boring design. He has a trash, like, personality.
Yep.
And, I mean, fighting-wise, he's good. Like, he does a lot of damage if you can build him properly. But yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, the one thing, though, is that even though he can do a lot of damage if you build him properly, he's still really boring. Like, in comparison to other 5-star characters, what he does as his, like, ult and stuff just looks boring. It, like, doesn't look fun. And I probably, like, I don't actually have him, but, like, I probably wouldn't like playing him.
I agree.
So, yeah. And then design-wise, too, he feels very much like a character they had at the beginning that, like, it's still good. Like, it's still an okay design, but they definitely improved in design in other characters since then. So, that's my take. Okay, Diona. I think Diona is a B tier.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm cool with that. I haven't really used Diona at all. I've just, like, had her on my team when, like, we play together, because you always use her.
Yeah.
She has, like, decent healing abilities. Fighting-wise, though, I'm not sure she's up there, so yeah.
Yeah. I think, for her... So I have her at, like, Constellation, like, 6 or something. Like, it's pretty high up there. I think if she wasn't at Constellation 6, I wouldn't use her. Because when you get to, like, a certain constellation, her shields will go to everybody else in the party. Her healing gets way better. If the shields didn't go to everybody else in the party, I literally would not use her. Like, especially in co-op, like, I literally only use her in co-op because of the shields and because of the healing. Like, her damage is really, really bad. But her healing and her shields are, like, the thing that, like, makes me like her. Yeah, and, like, when I'm not in co-op, she's normally not on my party. The only time that I would ever have her on my party is if I needed shields and I, like, couldn't only rely on Zhongli, or if I needed an archer. And that was, like, the only reason I would ever have her on my party. Even for, like, a ice character, like, she's not very good at, like, setting up elemental reactions.
Yeah.
So Yeah, B is pretty good. Her design, like her overall look is like super cute. It is extremely weird though that she's like 20 something and she's like the one of the small people when like the other two small people are both children.
Yeah, it's a little gross, but
yeah. But I think her design is cute. Aside from that, like I wish that she was younger than she was.
Right. I like the like cat girl vibe. It's very cute. And like they didn't like overly sexualize her, so that's nice. It's just why
yeah, I don't understand. Okay, Fischl.
You know I love my girl Fischl. She's either A or B tier.
Okay. I would put Fischl in B or C, so are we okay with a B?
I'm cool with that.
Okay. I want to hear your opinion on Fischl first.
Okay, you know I absolutely cannot stand playing archers.
Yeah.
But I have had Fischl on my team long enough to get her to friendship level 5. So you know you must be at least sort of good.
Yeah.
I think she's really good for like damage and like ranged attacks. Her design really cute. Kind of wish it was a little less sexy.
Fair.
That's okay. And I really like her backstory and personality.
Okay. I think a lot of my opinions of Fischl comes from having never built her. Like I think Fischl for me is like level like 15 maybe.
Okay.
She's like I was gonna say 1, but I'm pretty sure I leveled her up enough, or 20 I guess. She's level 20 because I leveled her enough to get the like wish thing from her. But I haven't ever used her. I don't know what her backstory is. I like haven't really listened to any of her voice lines. I think that like I would like her a lot if I like put in the effort to like learn about her, but she didn't have like the appeal to me to start looking into her, so then I just never did. So I'm kind of like, I know that she's better than I think she is. I just never like got the chance to like, I never got the chance to know her.
That's fair though, dude.
Yeah. Okay, Ganyu. I was like, how do you, I couldn't remember how to say her name. I was like, I know how to spell it, but Ganyu. Okay.
What do you think of Ganyu?
I think that she is a B tier. I think that when she came out, she was really overhyped. Okay, let me because basically like a lot of the characters being 5 stars or not 5 stars is really weird. Like I don't get why Ningguang isn't a 5-star when like other people at the same rank as her or like less powerful than her are 5 stars and she's not. And the fact that Ningguang wasn't a 5-star and Ganyu was, it felt a lot like the devs just needed to have a 5-star that was like really good to like hype up getting her. And I've seen her damage as being really, really good. She seems really fun to like play. I love her personality. But I really think she was overhyped. And I feel like since the hyping part, I hear like nothing about her anymore. And I also don't have her, so that probably like lowers the tier list a bit. But yeah, that's my opinion.
You hurt my heart so much.
Yeah. Let's hear your side now.
Oh, buddy, you know I think she deserves that A or S tier.
Okay. Yeah.
Damage that this woman can do. Also, just like her abilities in general are really cool. I love her design. I love her character. I loved playing through her freaking like Archon quests.
That was so cute.
I really don't think she was overhyped. I think she was worth like all the excitement over her.
Okay.
extremely jealous of everyone who got her when I spent like so many wishes.
Yeah. I think I would have liked her a lot more if she was like more present in the story, because I love her personality. Like I think she's very, very cool. I am just really worried that the devs are going to like leave her behind.
Okay.
And like I'm worried that they basically hyped her for the wish thing, which like they might have. I'm worried they basically hyped her for the wish thing and then they're just gonna kind of like leave her behind and then like never talk about her again.
That's valid.
But I do, yeah. So I'm good with A.
Okay.
She is very cute, and yeah, her damage is good. Like she's still a 5-star. Like she still deserves the 5-star role. Yeah. I'm just a little worried about what they're gonna do with her. Hu Tao. Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah. Okay. I think that she is another character that I would have put at the same level as Ganyu, so like B, or I'm assuming that we're gonna put her higher, so like B or A. I think she's super cool. I would have loved to get her. I love the way that she moves. Like I think it's extremely cool. Her design is really cute. Personality very good. Yeah. That's kind of all I have to say. I think that she's good.
I'm good with putting her at A tier.
All right. I have a question though. Would you have rather gotten Ganyu or Hu Tao?
Oh my god, Hu Tao. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that you like
you know this. You know that I spent actual money trying to get Hu Tao.
Yeah, I understand. That was me with child, unfortunately. Yeah, I think that she's like really cool. Okay, so I think one of my issue is for like these ones, for example, like I wish that there was a way to get them after they're gone. And I know that's like the whole point of the like gacha game where you can't get them when they're gone. Mm-hmm. But then it just makes me like, I don't know, like lose a bit of interest in them because I'm like,
right? Like you'll never be able to get this person again, probably. So
yeah,
why bother caring about them at all?
Yeah, because like, so maybe that's one of the reasons why I have like less of a excitement towards Ganyu, because like I'm probably not going to even see her again in the story. Like she's probably not coming back. I don't think any of our friends have Ganyu. So like, I guess like my brain, to protect myself from hurt, is like, let's move on. Because like, what's the chances that like we're gonna continue playing Genshin long enough to see a rerun of Hu Tao?
Yeah.
Like, and so that's like probably part of the reason why I'm like not really interested in Ganyu and Hu Tao as much anymore. Because I was super interested in them when it was their banner.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I know. The second their banners ended, you've said nothing about like either of them.
Yeah, because it's like, what are you gonna say? Like, I don't want to keep thinking about these characters that like I will never see again.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I do think they're really cool, and I'm like, I am happy for anyone who got them. They do seem very good. Jean
is like really good, actually. I wasn't like, she's a 5-star, so like obviously I was expecting her to be like good, but like she's better than I expected her to be. I also really didn't expect her to be a healer, but like that's what I use her as mostly.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Jean, I know that when I first started playing the game, and I remember you when you first started playing the game too, like Jean was like one of those characters that you're like, oh my god, they're so cool, and like I like the characterization of her. Like I like that she has a position of power. Like she just seems overall pretty cool.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that Jean is an A character.
I'm good with that.
Nice. Yeah, I think that she's just like cool, and I like the little stories that you do for her, like when you take her on her like birthday thing and stuff. Like it's just like cute.
So cute.
Yeah. I'm good to keep going though.
Okay. Lyra's not gonna like this next one either.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I think my opinion of Kaya is slightly higher than your opinion of Kaya. But you can go first if you want.
I think his design is like kind of neat. Like I like the whole like cool pirate aesthetic. If you couldn't tell by me fangirling over Beto.
Yeah, true.
But personality-wise and like fighting style, I'm not here for it.
That's fair.
I'd put him as like a C, maybe a B.
All right. I was gonna say B for him because I definitely don't. I didn't before, and I still don't get the hype that everybody has over Kaya as being like super attractive. Everybody's like obsessed with him. Mm-hmm. I feel like the obsession for Kaya might come from like people who haven't gotten very far in the game and who like haven't met characters they like more. Because I know that a lot of people at the beginning, they're like, oh, Kaya seems so cool, and like I thought that too, but that's because I wasn't introduced to the other characters that I think are cooler. Okay. I know that some people though like hold on to like even till the end. Like we have friends that like really like Kaya even though they've met everybody else. I think that his personality, if I met him in real life, I would hate him. But as a character, I like the personality as being a shitty personality. Like I like it. I think it's well done, but it's bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right, they did a good job of making him a shitty person.
Yeah. I like that they put some skeevy dude in a position of power, because that's like super telling to like real life. And I personally do like his fighting style, but I do not have him on my party. Like there's been multiple times where I have put him on my party. So for example, I played him more than Xiangyun. But I wouldn't keep him on my party. But I do have him leveled up enough to play him if I wanted to. I think that he is a good support and nothing else. He is only good for elemental reactions. But I think he's better than Diluc, so we need to put him higher than Diluc.
I'm okay with that. I also like him more than I like Diluc.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Keqing, I literally have zero opinion of Keqing.
Okay. Keqing is one of the characters that I am upset that they made her a 5-star and not Ningguang. Okay. So I think she loses points for that. I think that her teleport is really cool. I don't have her. I've only played her like in the trial and stuff. Mm-hmm. She seems a little boring for a 5-star. I think she's like good. But if I got her instead of another 5-star that I wanted, I would be upset.
Okay, that's valid.
Yeah. So I would probably put her in like B tier. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. She's cool. I like her. I think she looks cute. Like I love the ear look that she's got going on, the cat ear thing.
Yeah, the little like bun ears.
Yeah. Cute. But
right.
Other than that,
like visual design is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like her personality.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know a lot about what her personality is.
Like I've only interacted with her in like the Archon quests.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I don't enjoy you. And I hate that I have to side with you because this game doesn't let me choose who to side with.
Yeah. I just thought it was, again about the Ningguang thing, I thought it was weird that they chose her for the 5-star, not Ningguang, because she's literally only there for like a really brief amount of time. She seems kind of cool, but I don't really know a lot about her. You don't really learn a lot about her.
Right, Ningguang is like the gene of Liyue. Like I really don't understand why she isn't a like higher star character.
It's like saying Kaya should be the 5-star and not Jean. Like that makes
my God,
no
yeah.
sense. So like I don't know, it was just really weird. Yeah. I guess that's it. Okay, Klee.
S.
Alright. Okay.
I love her design. I love her character. I love her fighting style so much.
Yeah. I am
the perfect character.
Yeah. I have to agree. I think that she's one of the characters that if she came back, I'd be so happy. I'd be so excited. I think my lack of interest in her probably is the idea of like, oh, I probably won't get her, so like why bother? But I think if I had her, she would definitely be on my team like all the time.
So valid.
Yeah. She seems very good for like damage and stuff. She's also super cute, so yeah. Okay, Lisa.
I want to hear your thoughts on Lisa first, because you already know where I stand with her.
Yeah, okay.
The disappointment is yeah.
I really hope that like we continue being friends. I really value your friendship. I would personally put Lisa in C tier. I think that she's good. I like the way that her little bell dangles when she walks. I like. Yeah. I don't think her fighting is for me. I think maybe it's because I can't figure out how to use it because I always time it wrong. I feel like she has a lot of potential for somebody who likes the fighting style. I didn't like her personality at first. I'm kind of growing a bit more okay with it, but I didn't at first. Yeah. I want to hear your opinion.
Okay, so you already know that I have her in my main party because I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
Her fighting style is really good if you can get a handle on it because like, oh my God, the amount of damage she can do, and like she's also really good for setting up, especially in my team. Also, I love her outfit and her personality. I know, like, a lot of people hate it because she's, like, the Ara lady, but she's so much more than that.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, at first, I wasn't a fan because it's just, like, the first impressions and stuff. I did grow to like it a bit more, though. I think that her personality is a lot more than what people first get the impression of.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. What rank would you put her in, though? Because we got to put her in the middle of our 2 ranks.
Just put her in the B, then.
Oh, okay. All right. This is another one that we have very different opinions on.
Dan, I hope you still value my friendship. Because I hate Mona.
Okay.
I don't like her personality. Her design is like kind of similar to Lisa's, and it just feels like they just copy pasted the outfit basically. And I'm not a fan of Hydro characters really.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Which rank would you put her in? Would you put her in D?
I don't know if I'd put her in D. Actually, maybe I would. I really don't like her.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, for me, I would put her in A. I love her. I agree that her design does seem super similar, especially the hat. Like, they're literally facing the exact, like, if we put them next to each other, like, it's literally, like, there's a thing right here. The hat's facing that way. Like, the bangs. I don't know, like, it does seem, and, like, the neck.
Mage outfit is just like, okay.
Yeah.
Real creative.
I think personality-wise for Mona, she gets a bad rep because she comes off as extremely aggressive. I kind of love it though. Like, I kind of I like her personality. I think that I would hate her in real life. But for a character, I think it's good. But I love her fighting. I think that her water thing is like, yeah, I was trying to think about it. I think it's the best water character that you can have to like set up reactions. Because she just puts it there and it just does constant water damage around it. So I think that if you like Hydro, she is like
she's the best one for you to grab if you can.
Yeah. But if you don't like Hydro and if it doesn't work with your party, she's basically useless. Because if you're not doing Hydro reactions, like her damage is okay. Like she could be a main DPS, but if you put somebody else as a main DPS, they'd be better. So I am okay putting her in B.
Okay.
We will put them next to each other, the two purple mages. All right, Ningguang.
Ningguang, a wife.
A wife.
It sounds like you think she deserves to be S tier.
No.
Oh, wow.
That's
think surprising. After all the praising you've done for her, this
I think that she deserves to be a 5-star, but she is not an S tier.
Wow. Okay.
I think that she is overlooked as a character, and I think that she has a lot of potential, but nobody knows how to play her. Nobody's bothered to build her. Nobody likes doing main DPS mages, and like I get it because I don't know how to either. So I understand. I think though overall her character is really good. Like her literal backstory is the reason why I'm like, why is she not a 5-star? Like she literally should be a 5-star based on her backstory. She's just not. So that doesn't make any sense to me. But like, I don't, for example, play her on my party. I've tried playing her before and I like couldn't get the hang of it. And I think she would be extremely difficult to be a main DPS if you're trying to do elemental reactions.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's really hard to like main DPS any Geo visions, really.
Yeah. Speaking as somebody who for some reason sets up their party with only Geo and Animo, I extremely understand. It is like it is not a good combo. Geo like basically only does crystallize, so it's like
it doesn't react with any other element.
Yeah. So it's like
at least Animo interacts with every other element basically.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only thing is Geo does crystallize and it drops the shields and stuff, which is, like, good. But, like, you're not getting, like, a damage boost that much for being an elemental reaction with a Geo character. So, I think that she is A tier.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that she should be a 5-star.
Good with that decision.
All right, we're putting her next to Beto. Wife.
Yes, wife.
Okay, Noelle.
I think Noelle is an extremely like good character.
Mm-hmm.
Like both character-wise and gameplay-wise. She's really good, especially for like the new players, which is why I'm glad she's on the like beginner's wish.
Yeah.
She's really easy to use and she's like helpful for like lower level teams, and if you know how to build her properly, she can also be taken into the late game.
Yeah. I agree. I think that she's one of those characters that because you can get her so quickly, everyone overlooks her. But like personality wise, she's extremely cute. I love the vibes. Like Maid wearing armor is extremely cute. Extremely good. She passed the vibe check. I have never built her enough to play her on my main team, but I have played her when I was like a lower level. And I thought she was extremely fun. Yeah, I think that the only issue is that because she's easier to play at a low level, she also has a less like flashy, oh my god, it literally is flashy. She has a less exciting like elemental burst and stuff. But that's like really easily overlooked if you have other characters that are working with her that do elemental burst. Like it doesn't really matter because everything else about her is like perfect. So
yeah. I would say she's an A tier.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. She deserves to be there.
Excellent.
Chi-Chi. Kiki? Chi-Chi?
Did you forget her name? It's Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi. I always get Chi-Chi and Kiki mixed up because I had said one of them. I had said Kiki at the beginning, and then I was corrected, and then I said Chi-Chi.
Yeah. And
now I have the moment every time I look at her where I'm like, which of these two words was the correct one? I have been wishing for her for like 5 months.
Oh my god.
I have been wishing for her since I got Mona. For context of how long I've had Mona, I had wished for her and got Mona instead. I want her so badly. I think that she's adorable. I love her personality. I love her design. I want her as a healer on my team. But I have yet to get her.
Controversial opinion time. I think Chi-Chi's a little overrated.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that if she wasn't
I don't think she's bad. I just think the hype is a bit much.
Mm-hmm. I think that if she wasn't a little like a short person, like a small person,
child?
She would a literal child. She wouldn't have the hype that she did, I think.
That's valid, yeah.
Yeah. So personally, I would put her in A tier. I had to think about it. A tier,
I'm
probably.
okay with that.
All right.
Like, I know she is a good character.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she's so cute. I'm just looking at her now. It's so cute. I'm still wishing for her. Like,
I really hope you get her soon.
Yeah, I literally wished for her the other day, and I still haven't gotten her. I got Mona, and then I got a 5-star weapon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous. Okay, Razor.
You've used him more than I do, so what are your thoughts?
I think Razor. Okay, I'm either picking between A tier or S tier. I think Razor's personality is probably my favorite in the entire game. I don't know why I have a tendency to cling on to people that do not speak and that like live in the woods and just like vibe. But like
literally you.
Yeah. I think that his personality is like super cool. He is also the only character that I ever read fanfiction for. Just nice. Because I think that he's just like so like cute. Like I think he's so fun and like anything like I love anything where people are like people are chatting with him and he's just like staring at like I just think he's so cute. Like I love him. I think that his outfit is amazing. I love the way that he like moves physically. His voice lines are all like really funny or really cute. His fighting physically, I think that he has a really high damage potential. I still can use him on my current team, even though I haven't touched him for a really long time. I think that he's really good against most like main bosses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The only downside is that it does get a little not boring, but like eventually you're like, there's other ways that I could be fighting these things. So I think that if I hadn't played him when I did, I probably would have got around to him eventually. I think that everybody, #everybody should play Razor as a main DPS at some point if you plan to play Genshin for a long time. But he isn't a character that I would be able to play as the main DPS for like ever. Because eventually you're like, okay, I need to move on. I need to do something else now.
That's valid.
Yeah. So.
I agree. I love his personality and like the way he dresses. He's super cute. Like you already know, I'm super there for the feral wolf boys.
Yeah. Little wolf boy.
I haven't really played as him much, but I've seen you and Pan also using him a lot, and oh my god, the amount of damage this boy can pump out.
Yeah, he's incredible. Like, for context, I haven't leveled up any of his skills or his artifacts since starting to main Zhao, and I can still play him like, and he does enough damage to like make it, even though I've leveled up my world like 3 times since then. So he's very good.
That's impressive.
Yeah, but it's just like Razor's just so good. Like I didn't even have to do anything. So I think he's S tier.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, nice. Love him. Sucrose. I am holding Sucrose in my hands.
I really like Sucrose.
Oh my god. Like, okay, I'm gonna put her in S tier right now because we know that like I will argue this to my like deathbed. She needs to be higher than like if there's a tier like above S tier, she is there. She like I love Sucrose so much. Everything about her is like I am literally like I love. She's so cute.
Has a super cute personality.
Yeah.
Like I love like just hearing her talk about like alchemy and stuff. Right? Oh my gosh, during the Windbloom festival, too cute.
Yeah. Like, oh my god. Okay, yeah. And any of her voice lines extremely adorable. Her physical look, the only thing that I don't like about her is the ruffles. I don't like that. I don't like the legs, like the tights and stuff. I feel like they tried to sexualize her more than she would actually dress like. Other than that, literally everything about her is perfect. Like she's adorable. The ears are so cute. The way that she moves is adorable. Like her voice lines, and then her fighting.
Fighting is so good.
She is like I can main her as a DPS, but I build her as a support class. Like it's incredible.
She's still more than some of your DPS characters.
Yeah, like. Whenever she does her like burst thing with the small one, not even the big one, I can like she does more damage than Zhao does when he does his like sprint thing through, and they're at the same skill level. Like I just have her like built as a support, and for some reason that did it. Like oh my god, she's so good. Like and oh my god, and if you can get her doing an elemental reaction, literally like I just stand back. Like I literally will just stand there, just like watch. She's so good. So she is above S tier. Like she is like god tier. Like I love her. End scene. Next character.
Another one.
Taglia.
Have different opinions on.
Yes, I will let you go first.
I really don't like him.
Yeah,
I don't like his character. His character's like okay. It's interesting. He's all right, but he's not my favorite. I don't like archers. I really don't like archers. And he's such a bad archer.
He is.
He's awful. Like, I have used him a little bit, and every time I do, I immediately use his 2 swords instead.
Yeah. Okay.
And then design-wise, boring.
Yeah, fair. I'm about to lay down some hot takes here. Maybe ones that you're not expecting.
Okay.
I like his personality and the idea of him. I like the idea of like he's literally a bad guy and he can join your team. I like that he's in this position even though he probably wouldn't be if he had the choice. I like the like basically the backstory, the characterization, and the like personality are the things that like really bring him up in my books, and that's why I like him. Fighting style, he is shit.
Yeah.
He is so bad. I like have tried to build him, but for context, I have seen the same amount of damage come out of Kaya than I have from Child at equal levels. Like, he is so bad. I can put, like, if I put like the best damage artifacts on him, he is bad. Like, it's horrible. And he's using a 5-star weapon. Like, he's literally using the best weapon I can give him right now. Still horrible. I think everybody who ever did one of those like look at the amount of damage that my child can do videos is like lying, and if they used any other character in that exact same situation, that character would have done more damage than Child did.
Wow.
That is my hot take. Yes, I do have him on my party right now. Yes, he is still there because I like his character a lot, but I will never use him as to damage anything if it's something that I'm worried about. He's out here hitting those little Haley churls for fun, while somebody else like Sucrose is gonna damage the like whatever them iron things are called. Like, that's the hot take. He is so bad.
Oh my god.
So, to conclude, I am willing to put him in B tier because I like Mona as much as I like him.
Okay, I'm fine with him being B tier.
There we go.
Oh man, we're gonna get a lot of shit for this video.
Yeah, we are. We really are.
Whoa.
I'm out here like Sucrose is better than Diluc, and everyone's gonna like hate us. Okay. Whew. Next
Your
character.
boy Venti.
Venti.
I love his personality. I think he's a really cute character. I like his personality. I love his design. I love like all the story quests with him in it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm just not a fan of archers, but like I've seen people use him like really, really well on their teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably put him in like one of the higher tiers.
Okay. Venti for me is a character that I really didn't like when we first met him.
I remember the first time I talked about Venti, I was like, oh, you're probably gonna disagree with me, but I don't like him a lot. And then you were like, no, I hate him.
Like, for context, when I first met Venti, I would put him like next to Amber. Like, I didn't like him. I thought that the way they did the reveal of him being an Archon was really bad.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't think it was funny. I don't like his personality. Like, I really don't. I still don't like Venti's personality. I don't like talking to him. I just think that like he's annoying, and that this is just adding on to all the things that people are gonna get upset about. I think that his outfit is not good. I don't like archers. But just overall, I feel like he's literally the reason why people like him is because he's this little twink that people can like sexualize, and that's like I just and now he is a little bit better in my books after doing his Archon quest and seeing his whole like backstory of where he came from. He's still annoying though. He's still really annoying. I don't like his voice. I didn't wish on his banner at all. Like, I skipped his banner entirely. But for damage wise, you're right. He's really good. I've seen him do a lot of damage. If there's a Venti on my team in like co-op, for example, it always goes well. They're always nice people. I just don't really like him that much.
Okay.
So personally,
where would you put him?
I would put him in C tier.
Okay.
But since you would put him above, we can put him in like B or A.
I'm fine putting him in B.
Okay. We've got a lot of B tier characters.
Yeah.
All right.
We can't agree on anyone.
Yeah, we always have to put them in the middle. We have so many like different, like these characters right here in the here have like a huge, or I guess all, well, him too, a lot of them. Anyway.
Xiangling is. I'm really sorry. She's a trash tier character. Her character is fine, and I think she looks cute. But fighting wise, garbage.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
So sorry, Dan, but
okay.
I can only speak the truth.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna put them here because I would have put them in B. If you're putting them in D, we'll put them in C. That's fine. Okay. I'm a little bit sad that she's here because I think she's so much better than Diluc and Xiangling. But again, like I don't think she's as good as Child Mona. You know, like anyway.
Yeah.
I like her so much because I put a lot of effort into building her, and like her damage was really, really good. She was actually my first level 80 character.
Wow.
Yeah, so I like used her a lot, especially because of I needed an element that I could put down and then walk away. So I used her a lot. But right when is it Dragon Spine or Dragon Spire?
It's Dragon Spine.
Spine, okay. Right when Dragon Spine came out, I was like peeved. Because I was like, she never hits the thing. She will never get the thing. I had to like find a way to strategically push the bear like over to get it to hit things. I realized that if there was something on the other side of a campfire, I would have to put the bear down on the other side of where I'm trying to get it to. Like it was ridiculous. And I think at that point I brought out Bennett and I was like, wow, how can I ever justify going, you know? I think you can't go back from Bennett. So like right when I started using Bennett as a pyro user, I was like, that's it for literally every other pyro user ever. Like that's the end.
Yeah.
So I think she's really good for damage. I think she's absolutely adorable. I love the little bear thing she puts down, Goba, other than the aiming thing. But I'm alright, I guess, with putting her in C. Because you let me put Amber in D, and I really hate Amber.
Yeah.
Alright. Xiao.
I think we both have the same opinion of Xiao.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yup. Enough said. He's literally the perfect character.
Xiao is, yeah, he's actually perfect. Like, his personality, his backstory and everything is like super angsty, obviously, but they had to do it. We had to do it to him. Like somebody in this, I know a lot of these characters have angsty backstories, but somebody had to be the angsty one. Like,
like emo kid. Yeah.
Yeah. And we all know the two of us are going to be clinging to the angsty emo kid. Like that has to happen. Yeah. Aside from that, I had to think about this for a second, but I am pretty sure that he has the highest damage out of anybody else in this list just by base. Like he just has a really high damage amount. I thought his quest line was amazing. I'm pretty sure I cried twice.
Same.
That was the one character that I was like, I will be buying Primo Gems if I don't get him. And I had 60-something 60-something wishes saved up for him specifically.
Holy shit, my dude.
Yeah, and I used all of them. Like, on the last 4, I think, I got him.
Nice.
So, but I would have paid money for him. Like, he's amazing. So...
I did pay for my Xiao because I unfortunately also wanted Ganyu and used all of my wishes on her.
Yeah. I had the like blessing, the daily blessing thing.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that twice. I bought it once before Xiao, which is how I got the 60-something things, and then I bought it during the child banner.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say about Xiao, though. I think he's perfect.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. We actually both had our phone wallpapers
on at least a few characters.
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry?
I said I'm glad we could completely agree on at least the S tier characters.
Yeah. Yeah. They're all so good. Okay.
Xingqiu.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask how to pronounce the name. I think... Okay, first of all, they are non-binary.
Yes.
We will not... Digress isn't the word, I can't think of the word, whatever. They, I think they're an A or B tier.
I'm okay with putting them in A tier.
Alright. I think that, like, looks... personality, I think it's just like super good. I also really like fighting with them.
Yes, it's so much fun.
Yeah, I like the speed. I like the way it looks. Like, I love when the swords with the water go. I just think it's cool. I think, yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I just think that they're cool. I like the personality. I think that they're just the right amount of boring versus not boring. Like, they're right in the middle.
They're that, like, snobby prince character.
Yeah, it's just like a comfortable... They're like a safe bet, you know? Like, they're just, like, good.
Yeah.
Good TM. They're nice. Is it Xinyan? Xinyan? Okay.
Yeah.
I have her as the highest constellation out of any other character that I have right now.
And you never use her.
And I never use her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's... I don't know. I don't think she's that good.
She's okay. I have her on my, like, secondary, Spiral Abyss team.
Okay.
But it's literally only for the shields.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I always forget that she exists, like, for context. I never remember that she exists. I don't know. She's just like, yeah, I don't know. I think that
I'd put her in, like, C.
Yeah, I think it's a good bet, because, like, the only thing that I think
awful. It's just she's, like, there's so many better characters.
Yeah. The only thing that I think about her that I like the most is that when she moves, you hear her drums. Like, that's
cute.
Super cute. But other than that, it's like, you know, I'm not really... I don't vibe.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Zhongli. I love this man.
He's very good.
I think he is amazing.
I actually think he's not that great, like, fighting wise, but, like, his character is so good.
Yeah. His character is very good. I think for me, he is the second best support character after Sucrose.
Okay.
The fact that I have them both on my team, I feel really, like, shows my dedication to the two of them, because they don't do anything for each other.
They seriously do not.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there was a point where I was convinced that Sucrose's ult would be cancelled if I dropped Zhongli's meteorite down. I still don't know if that's true or not, but I refuse to do them both at the same time. I would though put him in S tier. Like I think he is amazing for his shield. He is amazing for his meteorite drop. I would never use him for his base damage though.
Yeah, like his base damage is really the only thing wrong with him.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of on purpose. Like I think they were like, you can have all this other stuff, but you're not allowed to fight with him because like you gotta have some downsides.
Yeah. Right here, he's here for setups, and that's it. That's all you need, really.
Yeah. But his like shield is so good that I literally never fear anything ever. The only thing that I've ever found to break the shield in one hit is level 90 Child's Wail. That is the
Jesus
only
Christ.
thing. There is there is nothing else. Like even the you know the new boss when he like hits down and you're supposed to hit a shield against it?
Yes.
Like that doesn't even break it. Like it just doesn't break. It will break if you get multiple hits, but there's nothing that can do it in one go except for the level 90 child thing. And even that, it'll hit the shield, but it won't hit you. So you'll still live through it. So like it's like incredible. I have no fear with this
really
man. And his recharge is so low. Like I recharge the shield before it's even gone. Like I can just have a constant shield. So yeah, he is S tier, 100%.
All right.
Rosaria is the last of these characters that we kind of know about.
Yeah. I love her.
Yeah. I'll let you speak to Rosaria first.
I've only had her since the child banner came out. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm still really upset about that. I love her outfit. Buddy, you know I'm here for the like religious with dark and horny overtones.
Yeah. Would you put her
she's like a nun who is completely against religion and everything like that. Yeah. And her fighting style is pretty cool. She's good for like setting up.
Yeah, that's true. Would you put her in A then, or
I'd
S,
put her in A. She's not S tier, but in my heart she is.
I would agree with that. I agree on everything that you said about like the vibes. Her fighting style I couldn't really get behind, but I can understand other people really liking it. So yeah, I think overall she's just like pretty good. I'm excited to see more of her. It looks like they're going to be showing more of her in like upcoming stories and stuff because she's been in more stuff recently.
Yeah.
So I remember the first time that she showed up when you do the dragon spine thing, and I had the thought of like, am I supposed to know who you are? Did I miss a cutscene? Like I was so confused.
Right? Like you'd been playing the game longer than I had at that point. Like I had just started around the time Dragon Spine came out.
Right.
And I met her and I was like, oh my god, I'm in love. And then she's like never seen again. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because she shows up there and she talks in that scene as if you're supposed to know who she is, and it was very confusing, but she's so cool. Yeah. It's very cool. Should we bother going through these people? I don't even know who they are.
Right? I've seen literally like one video about Eula and Yanfei.
Yeah. Like I feel
like I know some people have actually played as Sayaka because she was one of the like beta test characters. But I don't even know who that last character is.
I do not know. I think I don't know, because they've come out with a lot of like stuff that's going to be coming, or like here's some art that shows new characters that are coming. But I feel like we can't speak properly to them because I
We
don't know
haven't had the
anything.
chance to actually learn anything about them yet.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know anything about the personality. I don't even know. I'm assuming this is like a pyro character, but like I don't even know. So I think this is a good list though that we got.
Yeah. The single D tier.
Fuck Amber. I hate her.
Me and my homies hate Amber.
Me and my homies hate Amber. She's so bad. Oh my god. Every time that Amber's around, I literally get so angry. Like, I hate her. Oh my god. Anyway, it's
Wow.
he really just gives off the vibes of homophobic, straight, would like call me slurs, would bully me in high school. Like, that is the vibe. She's the type of vibe that's like, I run the GSA, but I actually don't agree with gay rights.
You're not wrong.
Oh god. Okay. Anyway. Anyway.
Anyway. The end of our tier list, folks.
Please don't bully us about our tier list. I hate comments. Alright. Thank you, Mango.
You're welcome, Danny.
I am
lovely to be back with you.
I am professionally shaking your hand through the screen right now.
Okay.
Okay.